You either understand that, okay, so everyone's like, oh, the S&P 500, oh my God,
Right.
look, the S&P 500 is going up so fast.
All right. The market is way up and we continue to hit these all-time highs. Are we due for a crash?
Well, nobody ever knows if there's going to be a real crash. A crash to me would be like we're down 30, 40%.
Okay, a correction.
Well, of course, there's going to be corrections. You go up a little bit, you correct a little bit, you come back. But I don't think that what people are ultimately trying to get at is it sustainable what is happening in the stock market and with Bitcoin? And my point to them is it depends on what your time horizon is. But yes, I do believe it is sustainable. Now, why do I believe it's sustainable? Think about how crazy this is. In 2020 to 2021, we went up. In 22 and 23, we went down. And now we're back up again. So over a 5 or 6 year period, if your time horizon is shorter than 5 years for your investment portfolio, that's a whole different conversation. But over 5 years, it was not only sustainable, we just kept going higher over the medium term. And so I think that stocks are going to continue to go higher. 5 years from now, they'll be higher than they are today. Bitcoin, definitely going higher. 5 years from now, it'll be higher than they are today. If you go through all these assets, like they're going to keep going up. Why? Because they are never, ever, ever going to stop printing money. That is all that matters. You either understand that and you express it in your investment portfolio or you don't. But if you don't express it, you are going to take it on the chin. US dollar has lost 28% of its purchasing power since 2020.
Well, I think people are comparing what's happening today to the .com bubble bust. But are you saying that it's not going to bust like that because the government just keeps printing money?
Well, there's a couple of things. So the .com bust happened because the companies were all fake.
Well,
okay. So everyone's like, oh, the S&P 500. Oh my God,
right.
Look, the S&P 500 is going up so fast. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
but how do you
why is it going up?
How do you know it's not frothy? Like it feels frothy to me.
Here's a great data point. Did you know that this year, the Mag 7 has gotten cheaper on a valuation basis? Their earnings have grown faster than their stock price. So actually the Mag 7 is cheaper now than it was at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So why is that important? Mag 7 is driving majority of the S&P 500 return. Basically, the 490 companies at the bottom of the 500, they ain't doing anything. They're not performing. It's the top 10 companies. So if the Mag 7 got cheaper, that actually means that the companies that are driving the return are more attractive today on a valuation basis than they were at the beginning of the year. So everyone's like, it's frothy. Well, like, hold on a second here. I talked to Jordy Visser last weekend on Saturday. What'd he say? Earnings don't lie. These companies, look at Facebook's last earnings report. They are printing money. Bang out performance. And so when you look at that, you say to yourself, hold on a second here. What is everyone talking about? It's frothy. It's this, it's that. Are you guys looking at the same thing I'm looking at? Because all I see is global M2 money supply is going to the moon. And guess what asset prices are doing? They're repricing. But the invention of AI and its use inside of these big companies is driving earnings. They're becoming more efficient. How many times do I have to say Palantir says that they're going to continue to grow revenue, but they're going to do it with 800 less employees. 20% reduction in their employee base, but they're going to keep growing. Hello, AI. New report out that young people has seen their unemployment rate grow by about 5 percentage points. Young people can't find jobs at the same rate that they used to be able to. What happened? AI is replacing their entry-level job. So you start to say to yourself, the AI story is actually driving productivity and earnings growth. If that is happening, then of course the company should be worth more money. And so if the Mag 7 is cheaper today than it was at the beginning of the year on that valuation basis, it's not frothy. You could start to make the argument that actually the company should be valued at more than they are right now because they are growing faster and their earnings are actually proving out what they've been saying. It was at the beginning of the year, maybe there was some frothiness. And so my guess is we go higher.
So VanEck is has this price prediction for Bitcoin that it's going to be $180,000 a coin by the end of the year. What do you make of that?
That's a little bit more bullish than I've been saying. I think the number that I've put out there publicly
Well,
was
you've put out a
150.
number. Oof.
Well, it's like maybe a year and a half ago, somebody asked me and I said, look, I don't know, right? So like to be clear, I'm not predicting what's going to happen. I'm just simply saying at the time, I think Bitcoin was somewhere between $50,000 and $75,000. I said I could see Bitcoin going to like around 150, plus or minus $10,000, $20,000, whatever it was. If you think about today, that's pretty, we're at 120-ish.
Should I put out a price prediction?
No.
Okay.
I think that, 150 still seems like reasonable. I mean, I hope it goes much higher than that, right? I see plenty of people saying it's going to 500,000, or a million, or 300, or whatever.
By the end of the year?
Listen, people, who knows? Larry Fink wakes up, hits the green button. You never know what could happen. But from that standpoint, I just think that 150 seems good. 180 doesn't seem like insane. If you think about it, that would be a 50% increase in price from where we are now.
And the holidays are coming.
What does that have to do with Bitcoin's price?
The grandmas at Thanksgiving start buying.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Q4?
Q4 is always the Q.
Fourth quarter, right?
Well, yes, but
Fourth quarter.
that's always the Q that really.
Real ones know. Fourth quarter.
I know. That means like we're going to come back.
What?
Like the fourth quarter, we're going to come
You're
back.
talking about like sports?
Yeah.
Well, no. It's just it's the fourth quarter. So people are like, it's like the last quarter. So they hold up, 4 quarters.
But that's because you're down and you're about to
not
come.
necessarily. You could be winning. You could be like, we're going to close it out.
I see.
But in Bitcoin terms, in best business show terms, fourth quarter means we're going up.
It means the grannies are coming.
Yeah. By the way, we were right.
Fourth quarter.
We blow off top in the fourth quarter of 2021. We were.